Hello, hello. Hello. All right. Good morning to everyone. How many of you here are blessed today? All right. Sige nga, sabihin mo sa katabi mo, you are blessed. Okay, isang malamig na umaga sa inyong lahat. Okay, nahirapan akong bumangon kasi akala ko nasa Baguio pa rin kami. Kasi yesterday, galing po kami Baguio with some of the leaders. Nagkaroon kami ng team building doon. Marami sa amin, sumakit yung tiyan sa kakatawa. Ako, sumakit yung arthritis ko. But every one of us enjoyed kasi we have each other and the presence of God is there and mas nag-build yung aming relationship as leaders. Alright, so ngayong umagang ito, syempre malamig. Sinong nahirapan bumangon sa inyo kanina? Okay? Tignan mo nga yung katabi mo, titigan mo mabuti yung katabi mo. Tapos sabihin mo, naligo ako. Yung hindi nakapagsalita, alam niyo na yon. Alright? Okay, so today mga tol, we will be continuing our series, Faith Goals. Ayan, today is the 6th installment of our series and nakita naman natin kung gaano katindi yung faith ng iba't ibang tao or iba't ibang biblical characters na pinag-usapan natin for the past 6 weeks. So, last week, Pastor JP discussed how Moses showed his faith in his time and how he influenced the Israelites to show their faith in God. So ngayon naman, ang pag-uusapan natin guys is what does faith or real faith looks like? And we will learn a great deal about it because of these 3 friends. So, tanong ko lang, lahat ba tayo may friends dito? Yung katabi mo friend mo yan? Okay? I know and I believe lahat tayo may friends. Okay? We have different kinds of friends. Meron tayong Facebook friend, yung nakita mo lang sa tapos ang cute, inad mo. Facebook friend. Di ba? Okay? Sinong nagganon? Okay? Meron tayong tinatawag na classroom friends. Meron ba kayo noon, mga classroom friends? Yung malapit na magbakasyon, may mapapalit na classrooms, may lilipat ng school. Di ba? Magkakahiwa-hiwalay na naman kayo. Meron naman tinatawag na acquaintances or yung napadaan lang, hindi mo talaga kilala. Yung muntik na maging friends kayo. Acquaintances ang tawag doon. Meron naman tinatawag na casual friends or yung mga kaibigan mo na you have this similar interests like mahilig kayo sa online games, gumawa na kayo ng grupo or mahilig kayo mag-basketball and mag-volleyball, gumawa kayo ng ministry. Those are casual friends. And also, you have the so-called close friends, yung mga kaibigan mo na sa kanila mo sinasabi lahat ng mga deepest thoughts, feelings, brokenness mo, and etc. Those are the type of friends. Di ba? And these are the common types of friends that we know and we have right now. And yung mga friends na yan, alam ko yung mga barkada nyo, kayo mga kakaibigan, meron kayong tinatawag na barkada goals. Meron ba kayo nun? Okay, this is my question. Ano ang barkada goals nyo? Di ba? Updated. Okay, kahapon lang po yan. Galing kayong Baguio. Okay? Pag sinabi nating barkada goals, guys, ang ibig sabihin nito is yung specific goal or wants ng barkada nyo na achieve nyong magkakasama. Yun ang tinatawag na barkada goals. So, do you have this na barkada goal na meron ba kayong travel goals? Na tinatawag yung mahilig kayong mag-mountain hiking, mahilig kayong mag-island hopping, okay? Mahilig kayong mag-travel abroad together. Yung every year may pinaplano kayo na pumunta ng somewhere na magkakasama, tapos pag hindi natuloy, pag hindi kasama yung isa, hindi nyo itutuloy. Di ba? Or meron naman tinatawag, or meron ba kayong career goals? Na kapag nag-graduate kayo, pare-pares kayo ng course, nag-graduate kayo, pumunta kayo sa isang company, pare-pares kayong mapopromote. Or do you have this so-called barkada goal na family goals na yung mga future kids nyo, after 20 years, magiging magkakaibigan sila. Meron tayong mga tinatawag na ganyan. So ang pag-uusapan natin ngayon is all about the faith of these three friends showed during their time that made a huge difference or influence sa mga tao, even to their king and up to our time. So I'm talking about the very first tropa, walang iwanan, Pexman type of barkada, yung kauna-unahang Tito, Vic, and Joey, that through thick and thin, walang sumuko, walang tumalikod, walang umatras sa pagpapakita ng faith nila sa iba't ibang mga tao. So I am talking about Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah. Are you familiar with these three people? Okay? These guys are friends of Daniel. Si Daniel yung pang-apat, yung leader nila, in the time of King Nebuchadnezzar. And yung king na to, King Nebuchadnezzar, yung kinonquer niya ang land of Judah, ang ginawa niya kasi guys, after he conquered the land of Judah, King Nebuchadnezzar is king of Babylon. Take note. Nung na-conquer niya yung Judah, ang ginawa niya, pinatawag niya yung mga royal families. Hindi niya pinapatay yung mga tao. Pinatawag niya yung mga royal families, yung mga nobles, yung mga youth, yung mga walang galis, yung mga may glass skin, walang pimples, kumbaga, perfect in stature, pogi, maganda, lahat na nasa kanya. Pinatawag niya lahat ng yon. To train them, to teach them about their language and their literature. Pinatawag niya. And kasama sa pinatawag niya is si Daniel, si Hananiah, si Mishael, and si Azariah. Originally, yan yung pangalan nila. Okay? Kasi sa Bible, pinapangalanan ng isang tao base sa kung ano ang ginawa ng Panginoon sa buhay nila. Okay? Pero lately, kung napansin ko lately, yung mga pangalan natin is base doon sa napanood ng magulang natin sa TV. Diba? I have this friend, nung nagka-baby sila, cute-cute na baby girl, ang pinangalan niya doon sa baby niya is Rihanna. Diba? After a famous singer. So, si Daniel, ang pangalan ni Daniel is, ang ibig sabihin niyan is, God is my judge. Pero, nung pinalitan ni King Nebuchadnezzar yung pangalan niya, ang pinalit niya ng Belteshazzar, which means a treasure of Bel. Take note, yung Bel dyan, or yung word Bel is one of the main gods of the Chaldeans. Next is Hananiah. Ang name niya is, the Lord is gracious, pero pinalitan ng Shadrach, or the command of Aku, or si Aku is siya yung tinatawag na moon god naman ng mga Chaldeans. And si Mishael, ang ibig sabihin noon is, who is like God? Pinalitan yung pangalan niya ng Meshach, or who is Aku? Sino ako? Parang ganon. Then si Azariah, ang ibig sabihin ng name ni Azariah is the Lord helps. Tapos pinalitan naman, or ginawang Abednigo, which means the servant of Nebu. Okay, bakit pinalitan ang pangalan nila? Okay, ang aim kasi ni King Nebuchadnezzar at that time is, hindi lamang makonquer physically yung mga tao sa land of Judah. Ang gusto niya, makonquer din niya or ma-override niya yung faith nila. Mapalitan. Kaya ang ginawa niya, pinalitan niya yung mga pangalan nila so that ang mapupunta sa isip nila is yung pangalan na galing doon sa faith nila. But you know what? In spite of what the king did, pinalitan niya yung pangalan, hoping na pati faith nila mabago, still these four people, okay, chose to keep and live their faith. They even chose not to defile themselves with the king's food kasi hinaingan sila ng mga lechon, mga ganon, lahat ng klase ng karne na masisebo, parang samji, hinaingan sila, but they chose to eat vegetables and fruits para kasi they believe that their bodies are needed to be taken care of. And because of that, naging 10 times better sila. Matatagpuan nyo sa Daniel chapter 1. If you want to read it at home, take a look at Daniel chapter 1. They become 10 times better because they ate vegetables and fruits. Sabihin mo sa katabi mo, kumain ka na ng gulay. Okay? Kasi after they chose to eat vegetables and fruits, naging silang 10 times better. 10 times better in looks. Gumanda yung balat nila, pumuti sila. 10 times better in wisdom, tumalino sila. And 10 times better in everything that they do. That's what happened. So after that backstory, ang pag-uusapan natin ngayon, we'll focus on the three friends, dun sa naiwan. Okay? It happens on Daniel chapter 3. This is the time when, I know you're familiar with this, then King Nebuchadnezzar erected a giant statue of himself. Nagpatayo siya ng statwa na sobrang laki. And ang gusto niya, kapag tumugtog yung banda niya, nagpatugtog ng music, lahat ng tao doon sa kaharian niya ay luluhod, magbabaw doon at i-worship yung statwa na ginawa niya. Pag hindi ka lumuhod, anong mangyayari? Pag hindi ka lumuhod, ang parusa lang naman is susunugin ka doon sa malaking oven na ginawa ni King Nebuchadnezzar. Okay? Knowing that situation, itong magbabarkada, si Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednigo, yung tatlong yan, they chose not to bow down on the king's image. Kahit na sinabi ni King Nebuchadnezzar, pag hindi kayo lumuhod, susunugin ko kayo. Sabi ng tatlo, wala kaming pake. They refused to deny their faith. They refused to renounce their faith. And they believe kasi guys, that God or Yahweh will save them from that furnace. And that is how strong their faith is. And because of this, we will learn about 4 life-changing lessons from their lives which can be applied in our lives right now. So are you guys ready? Sabihin mo sa katabi mo, ready ka na ba? First one is they are fully persuaded. Okay, they are fully persuaded. They are fully persuaded in their faith in God. Okay, walang magagawa si King Nebuchadnezzar para masira yung faith nila. Okay? Nothing could make them bow down in the king's statue. No threats, no consequence, no punishment. They are fully persuaded of the promises of God in their obedience to Him. Diba? Sabi sa Daniel chapter 3 verse 17, basahin natin. If this be so, our God, whom we serve, is able to deliver us from the burning fiery furnace, and He will deliver us out of your hand, O King. But if not, be it known to you, O King, that we will not serve your gods or worship the golden image that you have set up. Ibig sabihin nun guys, kahit anong gawin ni King Nebuchadnezzar sa kanila, they will not falter. They will keep the faith. They will not bow down to an idol of the king because they know that it angers their God. You remember one of the 10 commandments? Ano yung isa sa mga 10 commandments? Thou shalt not know other gods before me. Sabi doon. You shall not make yourself an image in any form. You shall not bow down to them, for I, the Lord your God, am a jealous God. They know this. That's why they will not bow down to the image of King Nebuchadnezzar. You see, the word of God is embedded in their hearts and will not bow down because they have strong and courageous faith. And they believe na God will protect them from the furnace. Kaya hindi natinag yung faith nila. Their faith is so unshakable. And take note, doon sa word na, but if not. Okay? Okay, most commonly, pag nabasa mo yan, it's negative. Sabi nila, kung hindi man tayo hanggang dulo, parang ganon. Okay, but if not, kung hindi man, hindi pa rin kami luluhod, sabi nila. Kung hindi man sila maligtas, still they will not bow down. Ganon katindi yung faith nila, guys. They believe that God will deliver them from harm, that is why they will not bow down. But if not, they still refuse to bow down because they only believe in one God. My question to you guys is this. Hanggang saan mo kayang ipaglaban yung faith mo? Minsan tayo, whenever we have struggles, whenever we have problems and so on, sometimes mabilis tayong sumuko. Sometimes mabilis tayong bumigay. Sometimes mabilis tayong mag-give up. Of course, we're human. Diba? Marupok tayo, diba? Sasabihin mo, Lord, promise. Promise, I will wait after I graduate college para magka-relationship kasi I believe in true love waits. You promise God, pero may nag-wave lang sa'yo. Sasabihin mo, Lord, siya na yata, Lord eh. Teka lang, Lord, wait lang. Apila muna ako, Lord. Diba? Ang rupok natin, guys. Or minsan, Lord, promise, hindi na ako iinom. ng alak. Last na yung kagabi, Lord. Tapos, niyaya ka lang, nag-text, tol, shot, game, kamo naman, kinabukasan. Ang rupok natin. Okay, di ba? Ang rupok natin. So, sometimes whenever we promise something about to God or about our faith, minsan hindi natin na-fulfill because we lack the faith to fulfill it. Di ba? But you know what? These three friends, itong magkakaibigan na to, their faith is solid. Napaka-solid. Walang makakapigil sa faith nila. Okay? They chose not to defile their bodies from unhealthy food. They chose not to bow down in an image of an idol in spite of having their necks on the line. Kahit na mamamatay sila, they still chose not to bow down. But still, they chose to believe in their faith, in God. You see, faith is standing for your generation and involves courage and prayer. Okay? Hindi mo may pagpapatuloy yung faith mo if you lack prayer and you lack the courage. Minsan, in spite of all our efforts, na I will stand firm in our faith, maraming problemang nangyayari. The more na we came closer to God, nandun natin na-experience yung napakaraming problema. Napansin nyo ba? Hindi naubos yung problema mo eh. A lot of stuff goes wrong instead of praying and having faith. Minsan, natatakot tayo. If life has pushed us too far, it's time to stand up with the attitude of these three guys, of an attitude where you are fully persuaded in your faith in God. You see, God can rescue me from sickness. But even if He doesn't, well, I will not bow down. God can restore my family. But even if He doesn't, I will still believe. God will cause me to prosper, but even if He doesn't, I will not back down. See, ang kailangan mo lang gawin is to have faith that God will deliver. Have faith that God will restore you, and have faith that God will bless you. But if not, still keep the faith, because for sure God will always keep His promises. Maybe not now, but take note, God will always complete His promises. Take note of that. Next one is they are pressured. Na-pressure sila. When the king, sinabi nung king sa kanila na, or narinig nung king yung defiance nila, no, we're not gonna back down. Bala ka dyan, king, sabi nila. Siyempre, nagalit yung king. And anong ginawa niya? Sa sobrang galit niya, he turned up the pressure to the three friends. Sabi doon, sa verse 19, when Nebuchadnezzar was filled with fury, and the expression of his face has changed against Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, he ordered the furnace to be heated 7 times more than it was usually heated. You see, dahil sa pag-defy or pagtanggi ng magkakaibigan na to, sobrang nagalit yung king. Siyempre, meron siyang pinataw na rule sa buong bansa. Nagalit siya nung hindi sumunod yung 3 na pinili niya. Okay? Sabi niya, ayaw niyong sumunod. Sige, painitin niyo pa yung oven. And he heated the oven 7 times. Sa sobrang galit niya, okay, maliban na talagang ipapatapon niya talaga dun sa oven yung 3, pinainit niya palalo. Okay. Guys, science muna tayo kasi mahilig ako sa science nung bata ako. Science says that it would take 760 degrees Celsius to burn a human body. Okay, 760 degrees Celsius para sunugin yung katawan mo. Sabi ng science. So more or less, yung init ng furnace is ganyang kainit, 760 degrees Celsius. So multiply by 7 times 760. Ilan yun? 5,320 degrees Celsius. Ganun lang kainit. Ganun lang naman kainit. Bilis ko mag-compute, no? Alam mo na. Okay. Ang metal naman, or yung bakal, okay, metal will melt at around 1,370 degrees Celsius. Okay, mainit. Okay, mainit. While titanium, okay, hindi yung song yung titanium na bakal, or the strongest metal on earth will melt at around 1,668 degrees Celsius. Okay, ganun kainit. And ito, take note of this. The surface temperature of the sun, sabi ng nabasa ko, in space is around 5,505 degrees Celsius. Ibig sabihin, more or less, guys, yung oven na malaki ni King Nebuchadnezzar, halos kainit siya ng surface temperature ng araw. Ibig sabihin, kapag nadikit ka lang ng konti, masusunog ka na kaagad. Hindi ka lang masusunog, hindi mangingitim yung balat mo, tol. Magiging abo ka, tol. Pagka dumikit ka doon sa oven na yon, maaabo ka agad. So, he heated the oven 7 times. Imagine this. Yung napasok ka ng posporo, di ba masakit na? What more pa yung furnace na malayo ka pa lang, mainit na. And yung mga nagtali doon sa mga kaila Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednigo, yung tatlong nagtali sa kanila, nasunog nga wala pa man nasunog na sila. Ganun kainit. In that situation, yung tatlong magkakaibigan na to, even if they knew the situation, still they did not waver. Hindi sila nanginig. Stand firm sila doon sa faith nila. Imagine, sinabi nila, sabi nila, 7 times mo lang pahiinitin? Gusto mo 9 times pa We will not bow down to you, King. Sabi niya, they never back down. That's how strong their faith is. Okay, kwento ko lang ulit, nung umakyat kami ng bundok one time, meron kasi doon matarik na cliff. Ayan, nakita niyo yung batong malaki? Yan. Pwede kang magpa-picture dyan. Kaso dadaan ka doon sa makitid na ganon, tapos medyo sloping siya. Pag nadulas ka doon, dire-diretso ka na sa baba. Good luck kung makita ka pa. Ganun siya kataas. So, yung mga kasama ko, nagpa-picture na sila doon. Tapos nung turn ko na, sige, kaya to, kako. Unang step pa lang, nanginig na yung tuhod ko Tapos umatras siya, tol. Umatras talaga. Yung confidence ko nawala nung nakita ko yung kung gaano katarik yung bato. Okay? Hindi na ako sumunod. Wala akong picture. Kaysa mamatay ako doon. Kaysa buwis buhay, di ba? Baka mamatay ka ako. Normally sa atin, at the sight of a very disturbing situation, natatakot tayo. Di ba? At the sight of a tragedy, nanginginig ka na, natatakot na tayo. That's reality. Okay, lahat tayo may ganon. Naisip natin na baka may mangyaring hindi maganda sa atin if we continue. If we push through. You see, things may be heating up in your life. You may be addicted to something. Or you have this sickness, you have mental illness, you have failures, you have brokenness. And lumapit ka kay Lord, you took a stand for God, but yung expectation mo hindi nangyari. Okay, you found yourself staring down at the big fire, pero parang wala pa rin ginagawa si Lord sa buhay mo. At the sight of a very steep cliff, some of us get really scared and back down. Okay, at the sight of a very strong, very high wave, some of us are really scared and got back down. At the sight of a very strong fire, some of us get really scared and back down. But remember this. At the sight of every problem, there is hope. Tandaan niyo yun. There is hope because when the devil turns up the heat, God does too. Do you know that, naniniwala ba kayo na strong pressure creates beautiful diamonds? Naniniwala ba kayo doon? Ibig sabihin, when we experience a lot of pressure, when we experience a lot of problems, it does not mean that God forgot about us. As long as we are here on earth, we will always experience these things. But take note, guys, through these trials, there will always be triumph. Remember this, you may be pressured, but you will never be crushed. You may be persecuted, but you will never be abandoned. You will be struck down, but you will not be destroyed because you are blessed Beyond the curses, you are blessed in His promise because His joy will give you strength. There is hope in Jesus. There is hope in promises. Take note of that. And the next one is promise. Third one is promise. Daniel chapter 3 verse 22, sabi doon, the king's order was urgent and the furnace overheated. The flame of the fire killed those men who took up Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Nasunog yung mga nagtali sa kanila, yung naghagis sa kanila dun sa furnace, nasunog. Sa sobrang galit ng king, nag-overheat na yung furnace, namatay yung mga sundalo niya, pero yung apoy at yung tatlong taong hinagis niya, nandun pa din. Okay? Sa sobrang init. But these three men of God dwelt in the promise of God. So ano ba yung pinanghahawakan nilang promise? Di ba? Check this out. Sabi sa Isaiah 43 verse 1 and 2, but now, thus says the Lord, who created you, O Jacob, and He who formed you, O Israel. Sabi doon, fear not, for I have redeemed you. I have called you by your name. You are mine. Verse 2, when you pass through the waters, I will be with you. And through the rivers, they shall not overflow you. When you walk through the fire, you shall not be burned, nor shall the flame scorch you. That is the promise na pinanghawakan ng tatlong magkakaibigan na yan. The promise that they will be taken care of by God. That is why they kept on believing in Him. These three friends did not back down because they believe in their heart that their God is the one true God and will deliver them from harm. And that same God is with us right now in spirit. You see, the fire is deadly. Nakakamatay yung fire. But you will not be truly burned. If you are truly persuaded in the promises of God, you will not be destroyed. And you expected the miracle outside the fire. You thought God would save you before things went too far. But you know what? The miracle or your miracle may be inside the fire. Let me show you this illustration. Illustration time tayo, guys. Okay, bear with me, first time kong gagawin to. Okay, imagine this. Sometimes sa buhay natin, we face trials. Lahat tayo nagkakaproblema, di ba? Imagine this piece of paper is your trial. And when we face a certain trial, madalas we only exercise two things. Okay, one is to try to break through this trial with your ability or your own diskarte. Ayaw nating humingi ng tulong sa Diyos kasi feeling natin Diyos tayo. And feeling natin kaya natin mag-isa. Okay? Okay, asan si, may I call on Danny? Nasaan si Danny? Sige dito, bro. Okay. Gagawin natin, gusto ko ipasok mo yung buong katawan mo dito sa papel na to. Try mong ipasok yung kamay mo, sige, sa buong katawan, sa buong papel na yan. Pasok mo, sige. Pasok mo. How? Okay. Normally, ang gagawin mo is bubutasin mo lang siya. Hawakan mo, sige. Bubutasin mo ganon. Pero hindi mo mapapasok yung buong katawan mo dito sa papel. But do you believe na kaya kong ipasok yung buong katawan niya dito sa papel na to? Okay? Sometimes, diyan ka lang. Ako mo lang yan. Sometimes, iniisip natin yung mga bagay na hindi natin kaya. And kapag may problem tayo, hindi natin alam gagawin natin. Hindi natin alam ipasok yung sarili natin sa papel. And the other one is hindi na tayo tatagos dun sa problema natin and we will just try to iiwasan na lang natin yung problema natin. But we forget there is option number 3. Okay? Option number 3 is this. Why not try to exercise our faith in Christ? This is your faith in Christ. Do you believe that this pair of scissors can change this paper so that makakapasok siya ng buo dyan? This is what's gonna happen. Hawakan mo to. Okay? Sometimes, may problema tayo. And when we start trusting God, inch by inch, binabago ng Lord yung circumstance natin. Our situation starts to change. Unti-unti, inch by inch, our God changes our trials. Our God changes our trials and we start to break through. Unti-unti, binabago ni Lord yung circumstance mo, tol, yung dating nahihirapan ako sa buhay ko, Lord. Nahihirapan ako sa bagay-bagay, Lord. Kayo na pong bahala sa akin. Unti-unti, binabago ni Lord yan. Akala mo tapos na, pero hindi pa pala tapos si Lord. Unti-unti, yung trial mo, na-overcome mo. Unti-unti, nagbabago yung buhay mo because you start trusting God. Unti-unti, yung situation mo nagiging blessing na sa buhay ng pamilya mo. Unti-unti, nakaka-breakthrough ka na, guys. Unti-unti, binabago na ni Lord yung buhay mo. And as long as this happens, your situation changes. And God is changing your problem into something that can be a testimony to others. It's changing the form of your problem para maging ma-overcome mo and you will be victorious. And that simple problem na akala mo hindi mo kayang tumagos is binago na pala ni Lord for your life para unti-unti makatagos ka sa problema na kinakaharap mo. Kahit gaano pa kalaki yung problema mo, when you put your trust in God, when you put your trust in what He did on the cross, your situation will change. And Danny, ipasok mo yung buong katawan mo dito. That is what happens when you put your faith in God. We can see a radical change from your situation. And after that situation, and after you pass through that situation, when you trust God, your trial became your triumph. Diba? Because you trusted God to change it for you when you exercise your faith. Ganon ang ginawa ng magkakaibigan. They did not just kept their faith, they also practiced their faith. Hindi nila tinago. Hindi yung Christian ka sa bahay, dun lang sa kwarto. Paglabas mo ng bahay, back to normal ka, tol. Hindi ganun yung ginawa nila. They showed their faith. They did not cower in fear, but they stood proudly and showed the world that what their faith can do. Tayo din, we should practice it daily so that we can show other people how God moved in your life, how God moved and transformed your life, how God saved us from the fire and molded us into a better individual. Okay? How God changed our destiny from being eternally punished in hell to an eternity in heaven because of the salvation that came through Jesus Christ. You see, hindi aalisin ni God yung apoy sa buhay mo. Hindi niya aalisin yung problema mo. But He will bring you through it. When you walk through the fire of cancer, of sickness, of failures, of financial ruin, you shall not be burned. You will overcome. Ang kailangan mo lang gawin, you just have to believe. You just have to keep the faith. You just have to practice your faith. And along the promise, of course, comes the protection. Nangako ang Panginoon na hindi sila masusunog. Naniwala sila na hindi sila masusunog. Ano nangyari? This is the fun part. When the king observed the tree that was in the furnace, napansin niya, teka, hindi yata tatlo yung hinulog natin eh. Pinatawag niya yung mga alagad niya. Tinanong niya, di ba tatlo lang yung hinagis natin dun sa oven? Parang mayroon ako naaninig na pang-apat na tao dun sa oven. Read this verse from verse 25. He answered and said, "But I see 4 men unbound walking in the midst of the fire, and they are not hurt. And the appearance of the fourth is," take note of this, "is like a son of the gods." Wow! 3 lang yung hinagis. Naging 4 sila na naglalakad. Take note, naglalakad. Okay? It was the king who saw the 4th man who looked like the Son of God walking in the midst of the fire. Sabi ng ilang theologians, it was an angel. But others suggest that it was the eternal Son of God, Jesus, walking with the 3 friends in the fire. You see, the 4th person, as the description says in the Bible, is divine. Okay, it shows that the being protected the 3 friends from the fire. And God did not allow the 3 faithful men to be harmed. That is why He sent that 4th person to protect those 3 friends. Ganon katindi. Hindi lamang niya inalis yung apoy. Pinrotektahan niya yung magkakaibigan doon sa apoy. Lastly, I want to give you this quotation. Don't give up. Your miracle is in the fire. Sometimes iniisip natin during a trial, it's already the end. Sometimes iniisip natin during a struggle, it's already over, man. Sometimes iniisip natin during a failure, there is no future. But Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednigo are already at death's door when they are thrown into the fire. Siyempre, sino ba naman yung mabubuhay pag hinagis ka na dun sa apoy? They're already in death's door, but their faith manifested through their actions. Their faith happened not away from the fire, and the miracle happened inside the fire. They were protected by God inside the furnace. That's what happened. In verse 27, the hair of their heads were not singed, their cloaks were not harmed, and no smell of fire had come upon them. Imagine that. Hinagis ka na sa apoy, expectation ng hari, masusunog ka in a matter of seconds. Pero napansin niya, teka lang, parang hindi sila nasusunog. Pinatawag niya yung 3 magkakaibigan. Pag-ahon ng 3 magkakaibigan sa apoy, kahit maliit na sunog, walang nangyari sa kanila. Kahit maliit na pasok, kahit ng damit nila masunog, walang nangyari. That is the overwhelming protection of God covering them. Because of what? Because of their unshakable faith. Minsan, mga kapatid, we do not experience the miracle because we fail to practice our faith. Sometimes, pinangungunahan tayo ng takot. That is why we fail to overcome. Sometimes, in the middle of pressure, we give up. That is why we thought God forgot about us. Nakalimutan yata natin na God will not take away the fire, but God will walk us through the fire. Nakalimutan natin, God will walk us through the storm in our lives. Nakalimutan natin that God will walk us through the flood. Nakalimutan natin that God will protect us in every situation that we have. Kasi pinangunahan tayo ng takot. Nawala yung faith natin. The 3 friends were not harmed in the furnace because they are protected. The manifestation of that protection is a 4th being walking with them in the flames. And the Hebrew word for number 4 is dalet. And dalet means door. You see, Jesus is the door. Jesus is the door, the way to our deliverance. We may not be always perceive the Lord in the midst of our trials, but be assured that Satan sees the Lord by your side. And when Satan sees the Lord by your side, you will be protected. Hindi mawawagi si Satan sa trials mo. Ang laging magwawagi sa trials mo, si Jesus. Because Jesus overcame the grave for you. And when He overcame the grave, everything else He can overcome for you. Because He will never leave you nor forsake you. The men emerged from an impossible situation, unbound, unharmed, and after that, they were promoted. Not only that, guys, hindi lamang sila naligtas dun sa apoy. Their level of faith became the reason so that their faith will be known, and the king recognized that God, the God of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednigo is the one through God because of their faith. Ibig sabihin nun, because of your faith, if you practice your faith outside, the people will believe you, believe in your faith, and they will understand that God changed you, and God did something in your life, because your testimony matters for them to believe that God and Jesus is true. You see, Jesus always walks with us in our trials. His presence will make the fire of our trials supernatural, and situations will turn around from hopeless to a hope-filled and beyond. And God will not allow you to be harmed by the fire. You will be protected. That is His promise. And as I end, I'm inviting everyone to please stand. I will leave you this quote. When you are 7 times better, or when you are 10 times better, you will never be harmed by fire 7 times hotter. Because these three men chose not to defile their bodies with filth and not turn away from their faith. That is why they became 10 times better. 10 times better in skill, 10 times better in stature, 10 times better in faith. Ganon din tayo. You are 10 times better. Tell your neighbor, you are 10 times better. Starting today, try putting everything on the line for God. Try putting everything in your faith to God. Ibigay mo na kay Lord. Don't hold back. Huwag ka nang matakot. Hindi na panahon para matakot ka pa na ipakita sa ibang tao yung faith mo kay Jesus. Hindi na panahon para mag-stand down ka para ipakita mo na, hey, I'm a Christian. I'm different. Now is the time to stand firm in your faith so that you can be the change that your community needs. That you can be the change that your school needs para ipakita mo na God changed me. And God can also change you. Starting today, you have this high-level mindset that no matter what temptation you experience, you will choose to keep your faith in Jesus. Starting today, you have this high-level mindset that no matter how difficult your situation is, you will choose to stand firm in your faith in Jesus. Starting today, you are having a high-level mindset that you will be the one to influence the people around you by your faith in Jesus. Because when there's a mountain in your way, God will not move the mountain, but God will take us over the mountain to overcome. When there is a deep valley in your way, God will not move the valley for us, but God will guide you through the valley to overcome. When there is a strong fire in your way, God will not remove the fire, but God will go with you through the fire for you to overcome, because right now, guys, you will never be tired of the mountain because you are 10 times stronger. You will not fear the valley because you are 10 times braver. And you will not be burned by fire because you are 10 times better, because His promise stands. His faithfulness is great and endures forever. And we have to put our trust and faith in Jesus because He will never fail us. The world may challenge us. The world may hurt us. The world may fail us, but take note. Remember this, Jesus will never fail us. Come on, church, let's worship Jesus.